Oh my gosh, the end is here. What are we gonna do? Just kidding. I had to do that for YouTube algorithm. I'm supposed to make excitement for it. The end is finally here. The garden is done. Well, not technically, but I'm going to show you the gardens. We have frosted. We had a hard freeze. What's left to do? Let's take a look at some of the stuff that's dying back. Let's talk about wrapping up the garden, putting it to close for the winter time. Let's go check it out. All right, guys. Like I said, the end is here. Look at what the. I think this is done, right? It's probably done. I think this is done. I think these are done. They are squishy. Okay, I'm having too much fun out here. Oh yeah, but it's done. So tomatoes, crappy, no longer are good. Once they hit a frost, they are not safe to can. Their pH level gets changed. Plus they start getting weird black spots. Even if they look good, they get soft and gooey. So they're done. But man, what an abundance, crazy, wonderful garden we had this year. Hard work, piggy poop, and faith really paid off this year, and I am thankful for it. So let's talk about some of the stuff we've got. I'm going to turn it around. We harvested hundreds of pumpkins, random squash that got mixed from self-seeding themselves, getting cross-pollinated and stuff, but we saved a ton of them for the pigs because the pigs aren't that particular if they were crossed with a breed of not. But we have lots of pumpkins that are left in here. We just couldn't get them all. And, you know, I mentioned piggy poop. Those pigs will be coming in here and cleaning up this garden. Wow, does that really help? You don't have to worry about ripping everything out and figure out where to put everything. We left a lot in here for them to come in here, root and toot, and drop that beautiful, beautiful fertilizer that really helped the garden. So that kind of takes a lot of pressure off when you know your animals. It's not getting wasted. That's what's so fabulous. When you start having animals and doing homesteading and stuff, you just think about things a little bit differently. Pressure's off of trying to do everything, and I remember in the beginning of growing gardens, I would grow a bunch of, I couldn't even remember cucumbers, can up a bunch of pickles. Pickles weren't that exciting. No one ate pickles but me. So I had cans, jars and jars and jars of pickles that no one's going to eat. So now I know, what is it that we're going to actually eat? What do I need to put my time into growing as well as actually preserving it? So if your family's not going to eat it, or if the recipe sucks, don't do it. Or you will have jars, you'll five years later and you're like, man. And then what do you do with it? Going back to the original thought, you can eat it to the animals, which is great. So now we have, the chickens and pigs eat everything. The lambs, the sheeps, they're kind of picky about stuff. They just like the grass and the hay. So let's see what else we have. Look at the zucchini. So these zucchini, we obviously let go. Those are the ones that you joke around that they grow overnight. But these have been here for a long time. I'm going to go ahead. I'm waiting for them to get a little bit softer. And then I'm going to go ahead and seed save from them, which is great. So some of the ones that you want to seed save from, you kind of want to leave stuff out onto the vine, out into get squishy and gross, like the zucchini and stuff like that, and the pumpkins, and you will get really great seeds that will be super viable for many years. Over here, we have some dent corn. This is popcorn. This is some kind, I forget the kind, but look at the ears are pretty small. They were before, and I'm letting the sun go ahead and just dry everything out. These will have to be harvested before we bring the piggies in here because they will definitely go ahead and rip down all those stalks eventually, eat everything. That used to be the jalapeno. Now it looks like a spicy graveyard. So yeah, these are done too, but we harvested so much of beautiful jalapenos. We still have several rows of potatoes that we got to dig. And guys, I hate to let the cat out of the bag, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be sharing this, but don't tell anybody. We are probably on track to harvesting 1,000, I said it, 1,000 pounds of potatoes. No joke. Usually we get about 500. This year was gangbusters. I think we're going to get about 1,000 potatoes. What are we going to do with those? What are your favorite potato recipes? I've got some great recipes that'll be coming out in my cookbook that our family really likes, like pierogies, obviously French fries, mashed potatoes. I mean, like hash browns. Oh goodness, all kinds of good stuff, right? But any favorite potato recipes you got there? So eventually we'll have to probably do some canning because storage will only last for so long. And I don't know how many, I mean, we can have potatoes for breakfast, potatoes for brunch, potatoes for lunch, dinner, snack. What else can I have potatoes for? Potato at every meal, meat and potatoes, right? Anyways, yeah, so yeah, 1,000 pounds of potatoes. So we have not harvested them all. We don't need to yet. They can actually stay in the ground for quite some time. I would not want the ground to actually freeze. A lot of times here, even in northern Michigan, even though we have extreme weather and it gets really cold, we will get actually a lot of snow, and that ends up insulating the ground where it takes a really long time for it to freeze. Now, if we didn't get a lot of snow, it would freeze. So that's a tip for somebody who doesn't have animals direct pooping in their garden. You could probably leave your potatoes in there for a little bit longer. So eventually we will be working over the next month or so before we get the piggies up in here, work on finishing the potatoes. But we've done several rows already and we have several more to go. So what else do we have to do here in the garden? I gotta switch hands, it's getting tiring. Getting old tired. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, everything's died back. So we need to harvest beets and potatoes and popcorn. And I have some beautiful black popcorn down here. We are seed saving from as much as we possibly can. Like I said, the zucchini and the squash, you can leave them out so they get nasty. Then let nature do its job. That's what the great thing is. Just let nature do its job for as long as possible. And then you kind of come in and finish it. Because not everything needs to be done at the exact same moment, which is great. So when you start to learn how and when the best optimal time is, you can kind of relax and let the good Lord above help out and do stuff. You guys got to check this pop. All right, so it's not moldy. That's actually black popcorn. So these ears are looking really good. They're a little bit bigger. A first year of growing this type of dent corn, and what a beautiful thing. Now I know it is going to go ahead and pop up white. Potted pole beans are. They hit that hot water and they turn green. But that's okay. It's like a magic trick. I'll listen to the noise. I just love the noise of corn swaying in the fields. The next thing that we need to do is all these wonderful sunflower heads. I can see that the birds are getting some of them. So we'll have to, and I can see there's a bunch on the ground. So those little cute things are getting them. So yeah, we got to come out here and harvest. Look at that. Jerks are eating the stuff. So yeah, we're going to have to do that. And that'll be on the list today after I get done yakking at you guys. We need to pull out all the poles, the tags, which I think I'm going to leave in until the pigs are out here with us because there's only 2 of them. And I really like them. They'll be fine. And then we can kind of, it's really fun to watch them come into a new spot. They're like, wow, so much to eat, so much to do. Where do we start? So yeah, so we have to get out all the poles, all this fencing, all the tags. I've got string up that I used to help the dry beans stay off the ground, which the dry beans have been so fabulous this year. We harvested out of 1 row of black turtle dry beans, about 30 pounds, shelled, all done. And we did this. But what I do is when I know that they're done growing, I put them in the fencing, along the fencing, poke them in all the holes, let the sun, again, utilizing nature, you let the sun go ahead and finish drying them out. We took a big tub and just cracked it inside the big tub, and it worked wonderfully to crack them open. The mishap I had this year with dry beans is that I mixed pinto beans with dragon tongue beans, and they did not pop and shell the same, which was really annoying. I'm going to use the dragon tongue beans for dry beans as well because they are versatile like that. You can eat them fresh or dry, so I'm still going to make them into refried beans. I don't know. Gotta use this stuff. And again, if it turns out really, really bad and I can't put enough spice in it, to the piggies it goes, right? So yeah, so there's a lot of wrap up that we have to go ahead and do. Actually, let's go look at something. So we still need to pull everything, like I said. There's some artichoke there that is not going to be artichokey, but that's okay. I'm out of seeds now. I tried. But we got beautiful watermelon. There's some celery. I probably just leave it there. I might harvest some of the leaves for some soups or something, but we don't really use a whole lot of that stuff. We need to seed save. These are marigolds that grew like crazy. There's my doggy just running around. So all these, all this is brown and dead. We're going to go ahead and seed save from there. I need to find a spot, for my garlic, which will need to be happening real soon. Weeds have taken over. There is some wonderful asparagus that is growing and taking over more space, which is cool. But we have this stuff, I think it's direct from HE double hockey sticks. Bronze fennel. Hate the stuff. It has overtaken so much. I had eggplant in there. I have some strawberries in this area. It just is really just makes me mad. And then, so we'll have to till that up. And then over here, some strawberries. You can't even tell because the weeds are so bad. I'm trying to figure out what areas I'm going to save and some other areas that I'm going to go ahead and let the pigs just destroy and dig up, which I might give them this whole area. All this over here. Most of this over here, except for the asparagus and some of the strawberries. And maybe section off a spot over here for the garlic, because look, I can actually get into the ground here. So I'm thinking, what's the easiest here? And then we're going to go ahead. We have to decide, make a decision here. Get the garlic planted in. We will go ahead and we need to go scoop some poop from the pigs just to make sure that there's a lot of good fertilizer here and amendments. So if you have animal poop, go ahead and put that in. You can buy fertilizer from the store, of course. I also made several 5-gallon buckets of weed tea. I'll put a link down below too, how I make that. Get that on there for fertilizer because garlic does like to be fertilized. So you get that nice big bulbs, so those little wussy bulbs, and you're like, well, how am I going to cut that up? That's no fun. So you want those really nice big ones. So fertilizer is definitely key to life in general. Food is our fuel, so give it a lot of poop, and then you got a lot of fuel. Can I hashtag that? I don't know. But anyway, so I think I am good. Done boring you guys. No, thanks for being here with me. If you are new to the channel, thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully you learned something. If you are old to the channel, go ahead, just leave me a comment, anything like that. Let me know if you learned something, what you would suggest for some of those potato recipes or anything like that. And I just appreciate you guys being here. I just really do. I really appreciate you guys being here. So thank you. Okay, continuing the garden tour, I decided to do the back garden tour to add on to the big video as well, just to keep talking about it. So we have my famous purple potted pole bean trellis right here, looking fabulous, don't you think? Or maybe not. This is where my cookbook cover, I took the photo shoot in front of it, and it was perfectly green with purple beans coming down. Actually, I was in this purple shirt, which is funny. And yeah, that's it. So we're going to start seed saving from these guys here. Right here. I want this to be all brown and brittle. Right now it is not, but you could pull these if you had to right now. That way you don't have to buy anymore. Isn't that awesome? I'm going to flip this around so you guys can hear the bees. See all these yellow pretty flowers that are nearly taller than me, actually, in some of them. These are actually broccoli shoots that I did not pick, that I let go to flower. Eventually will go to seed. But right now, all the little honeybees and pollinators are enjoying the last little bit of goodness. So that's why I like to go ahead and leave the broccoli to go to seed. Plus, you get like 1,000,000 shoots. I call them little dippers. I'll leave a link in the description to exactly how to do all things and leaving the little shoots. So you can have broccoli. It just keeps growing and growing. So once you get that big head, please don't pick it. You'll get all kinds of an abundance. And then the ones that you forget or the weather turns weird, the pollinators will be very thankful for you. So back here in this garden, I think we actually need to clean this area out for the most part. We are going to overwinter the sheep. The ladies in here on this side of the garden where they will do their lambing as well in the springtime, and that's a whole new thing for us. So we need to finish cleaning up here. We need to make their little huts, houses and stuff like that. Clean this up, seed save the stuff that I want to seed save from, and then bring in the lambs at the last moment. Right now they are still able to have really nice grass and stuff like that that's growing out in the field, which is really great to be able to keep utilizing that for as long as humanly possible. So we went through a frost and a freeze. The stuff back here is more protected because of how everything is. So the nasturtiums still look pretty cool. I mean, they still look very vibrant and lovely. I really like those. And then over here, we have our chaos garden, which we have harvested. And there was lots and lots of just random squash things, couple little broccoli heads. There's actually some tomato plants. I got one green tomato that is ripening in the house, which I was so excited for because this is very shady back here. And, you know, we just didn't, it's called our chaos garden for extra. So this is what we're going to have to fence in, clean up, and then give to our pickles lamb and his friend Latte. They will kind of come back here, be next. A nice secure fence in between the ladies. And then when it's time, it's time. So that's the back garden, guys. Still buzzing with life.